The Evermetal Crusade in its entirety has accomplished something the many millennia up to this point could not. Together, we have rallied the scattered gods. We have purged the cults of Asmodeus from the civilized Evermetal. We have brought so many forms of life back to planet Alima and have turned enemies into allies. We have even rescued a primordial avatar from despair and doom. And now, as we ascended to this world's god in heaven upon the back of Ziz, with the Leviathan scale enchanted to protect us, we were then standing before his throne and his angels. He has imparted his wisdom upon us, that suffering will happen, but can be fought against, and explained what we already knew to be true, that a god is mighty, yet can only be their true self with faith bestowed. Now, I don't exactly approve of this situation that transpired afterwards, but as mentioned, imperfect world, needs of the must, you know what I'm saying. Durakus took the guys with the aid of the party to resemble this planet's god and demanded their faith, which allowed the real god to transform the three objects into an orb of light that passed into his hands. Plummeting down, avoiding hellfire, the Raucous entered its mouth and destroyed the serpent from the inside out, finally putting an end to the terror of the deep. As the realm faded away, the last metal has appeared in his hand, leaving us in a fairly empty mind palace apart from the portal to the Avatar of Lightning. It was inspirational, especially with your soul in critical condition. Hell, I doubt there's any of Tempest left in you. But we are about to put that to the test. We step through the last visible portal, which is difficult to exist in for the moment, as electricity courses through our bodies. But quickly this pain dissipates. I suppose Tempest has acknowledged our presence, allowing us to walk past these beams of energy surging all across the plane. Would you look at that? It's the Avatar of Lightning and Storms, in all his glory. Praise be to ye, mighty elemental lord. It is I, Veladius Evermetal, along with my wife Nyx Bloodmoon, the Scarus Devimus, Bubbles the Golden Lion Tamarin, Chomper the Koopy, and the man who needs no introduction, but may need assistance to stand, your chosen Durakus. You may not remember the rest of us, but we remember the day of the Celestial Unbroken's tournament, where we witnessed your capture by Ruin. A truly unfortunate event.
You mean undesired, dear Paladin. This event was destined to come to pass, as many before have. Ruin's corruption has been a bane to Alima and I for far too long. We were the only primordials to put our consciousnesses into an avatar on the material plane, and when the other aspects took over Alizair, our warring was endless.
So Ruin hunted you down longer than we were led to believe, and yet you seem to be existing inside him fairly well. We were under the assumption that you were slain and Ruin was using your power, but Durakus assured us that you were at the Council of Leviathans during the siege of the manor. Could you perhaps...
Yes, mortal. It is true that Ruin flooded Alima's earth and seeked to devour my power, while we attempted what we could to survive. And while my downfall was inevitable, my consciousness still remains in the Leviathan, despite my core being destroyed. This is completely unexpected, and I doubt something like this could ever be replicated. And yet this has not caused me to lose hope. In here, I have been able to communicate to the repentant Alizair, and I have accepted that we are both prisoners to this elemental body.
So, the both of you have been working together since your capture?
It is one of the few things that have spared your world, along with, of course, you heroes persisting in thwarting the end of the world. It is impressive, truly. To further this, I already feel that I am the last of the foreign forces embedded within Ruin. The only aspect left that gives him that name. Without me, he would simply be Alizair.
Does that mean, and don't take this the wrong way, you will allow us to disperse of you?
Bold declaration, but only slightly inaccurate. It is I who will be removing myself from Ruin, for now the way is no longer trapped. I can finally release my presence, but more importantly, I leave not without imparting the last of my energy into Alizair, so that he can remain the avatar of water and lightning. Without my core, I could not exist outside this mind space. It's the least I could do to aid this war against Asmodeus. Perhaps there is one more thing I can do. My child, you seem to be wounded beyond your years. I know not how Leviathan could burn your soul in such a way, but the connection to myself has been damaged heavily, yet not severed. Daracus, I give you now the choice that you didn't have at your birth. I knew that with your power, you would be destined to be a necessary force of nature, much like your friends, that could serve the weak in matters that I could not attend on the run. But look what you all have achieved. The majority of the gods have gathered outside in the harbor, and while the death of Pelor is concerning...
I'm sorry, what did you say? A god has been killed? The god of the sun? Who could have...
Semi-primordials surrounding Ruin, the continent has been enhanced and trained for great feats of combat and life without interference from higher powers. The material plane is in good hands, and you may not get this chance ever again. Daracus, it is up to you to decide. Will you allow me to restore your power back to where it belongs, or shall you become an untethered mortal to live a normal life in your new world? My avatar form is going to disappear. I cannot manifest another one for many, many years. Think clearly.
Curse this cur who dares to break free of my realm! This must be a clever plot with perfect timing. For how else will this damned soul know to escape with the fragments of Ruin when the god of the sun has been slain, leaving the horrid ball of light permanently in the sky? To leave this realm in the day would be foolish without access to all of my powers. But I have to do something. My companions are in danger. I hope they can forgive me for what I must do. This will slow me down, but I should be able to reach them in time.
My love, you cannot mean to risk yourself in the material plane. And even more so, you mean to enact the ritual for...
I am summoning forth the Blood Moon!
Rogal, Malpais, the other aspects have been slain within me. Our friends are in the room of Tempest as we speak. The time of my liberation is soon upon us. But look now, friends and children of water and lightning. In the distance comes something all too familiar. An iridescent being is coming, and I am unable to fight back until I am of one mind again. Please, you must give me the time to become complete.